Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Every parent has likely asked themselves at some point or another this question: what kind of parent am I? And that's the name of a new book by scientific parenting expert Nicole Letourneau from the University of Calgary. The idea is to help parents answer that very question. And Nicole joins me this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Leah.
Congratulations on your second book.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about this. What kind of parent am I? And for you, this is scientific based. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I wrote this book because I was getting a little tired, to be honest, reading about the helicopter parenting, the tiger parenting, the attachment parenting, what's the new thing, free-range parenting. And in my world, we never, as a researcher, a nurse scientist, we never talk about those terms. We never consider parenting in those terms. And I study parenting and child development. And what I'm concerned about is those risk and resiliency factors that parents have been exposed to in their lives that will predict how well their children will do. And so that's what we talk about in the book. So the risk factors are the big ones that you'd expect, like mental illness, addictions, family violence, low income, and adverse childhood experiences that the parent has had. But what's really important is those protective factors that every parent can access, no matter what their risk. The social support that they have or that they can find to help them and their parenting and their children. The serve and return relationships that they have with their children. So
Tell me a little about that serve and return, because I remember interviewing about this, and that term has stuck with me because my kids were little at the time. But the serve and return, what does that mean?
Well, it's a metaphor that explains how parents should be sensitive and responsive to their children's needs. So when a child at any age serves up a cue that they have a need, though in infancy it's like they're crying because they're hungry, or I guess they still do that when they're teenagers.
Yes.
They don't cry, they might shout. But it's that responsiveness that you will have. And not just to big things like food, but needs for basic activities that you have to do in the day-to-day. But, just when your child needs you, are you able to notice and respond in a way that's nurturing and caring?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's
and then you also talked about the social supports. That's so critical for parents.
Yeah, and all those things I mentioned before, the depression and the exposure to violence and addictions, those sorts of things, those are considered toxic to children's development, but only when you don't have adequate social support. So that's a key message of this book. So there's a survey in the book that enables you to assess the level of social support you have in your various relationships, and then I offer tips for how to build up those social supports so that you can overcome whatever stressors you have in your life that might be affecting your parenting. So the book is really about giving parents insight into what their risk factors are, what their protective factors are. And I really like to think that the book is supportive in itself. I don't want parents to feel, afraid of the title. It's meant to be provocative, but to make you maybe pick up the book.
Right.
But it's really designed, the book is really designed about being supportive of parents and helping them have insight into what's going on in their lives and how they might build in some more protective factors to help them and to be the best parents they can be.
Which is what we all want to do.
That's what we all want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the surveys in the book, because that's such a critical piece to this book, and I found it so interesting. I was actually doing the surveys as I was preparing for this, and you're checking things off, and just by that very nature of checking things off, you really quickly become aware of the fact that, oh, I might be lacking in a couple of these areas. Why was it so important to you to have those surveys in there?
Well, that's how we assess. I really was taking an approach that I use every day in my research life. This is how we talk to parents in our studies. We do surveys with them, and also people like to do surveys.
Yes.
I always think like a Chatelaine or whatever.
Exactly.
I thought, well, parents might enjoy that, and I also wanted to give parents a score on each survey, so they're low, medium, or sort of high risk, and that just builds on exactly what we do every day in the research world. So why not give that information, that power, that knowledge to parents? And that was the intention.
And it's wonderful. It's a very useful tool. Now, you've got a book launch coming up on Saturday. This is exciting. It's at Chinook Center.
Yeah, it's at the chapters in the Chinook Mall. So it's from 11 till 4.
Perfect.
And I'm looking forward to having people come by. Do we have a moment to talk about reflective function as well?
I don't think we do. I think we're out of time. But it's another wonderful element of the book where it really is all about parents and learning about their own selves, right?
And being able to understand how they're thinking and feeling in a given moment and how that impacts how they're interacting with their child at a given moment. And also having the ability to think about what their child's thinking, feeling, so they can be empathetic and their response. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Nicole, thank you so much. Congratulations on the book, and good luck with the book launch on Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks.